I want to start with a presentation I just created, and then I'll go into how I made it. Today we're diving into the movie Prestige. We'll look at the film's themes and see how they relate to presenting complex information effectively. The film shows us that audiences often participate in their own deception. We crave complexity and magic, even when the truth is very simple. As one of the characters played by Michael Caine says, he uses a double. And that's the secret, but the stories where the magic comes in. And in presentations like in magic, our audience isn't interested in the raw data. They want the experience we create with it. We can go into history. William Robinson was a magician who lived his art as a Chinese character, Ling Su, and he never broke that character. He died on stage when a trick failed. He tried to catch a bullet and he missed. And this quote reminds us that the method is secondary to the impact. In our participation in online meetings or in person, the tools are just the beginning. So every presentation has these three parts. The pledge is the presentation of the data, and we see that in PowerPoint all the time. The turn is when we transform it into a story, into a scenario. And finally, the prestige is when we deliver it live, creating a memorable experience. Let's use these new AI tools that run on the equipment we already have on our desktops to make our participation online extraordinary. So let's go through what I just presented. This is the deck of cards that I went through with the graphics. It's a live production environment that enables me to quickly see my teleprompter information right in front of me, and I can see the graphics that are going up, and I can speak into the camera. But how did all this get here? I started with some pictures that I scraped about this movie, and I was compelled to think about magic as it relates to presentations. So I want to inform my colleagues on what the prestige film surfaces in audiences. How does magic affect people? What do people take away from this movie? I want to illustrate how people are affected by the film, and I will benchmark this as to how much time it takes for me to gather this information, organize the thinking, create a presentation, and deliver it. So this step ended up with a file that I could download, which I did because I wanted to generate images to go along with it. This is Manus. It's a Chinese company. It was just purchased by Meta. And what Manus does is it sets up its own environment. It brings in tools. It runs things on an online server, so you don't have to download software and that sort of thing. And it runs again and again to give you what you want. And one of the things I found it does is you can give it a whole bunch of slides that you want images for, and it will just chunk its way all through generating those slides for you. I pasted in that material that I got out of Claude, and Manus asked a few questions again and then started generating images. It's using Google's Nano Banana Pro, which is top of the mark, excellent tool. So now I can download a file with all those images. So here is that file, and I'm going to copy it. And then in CueCam, I want to generate a new script. I want to use new AV tools. That's what we're presenting to. And I want to encourage the team to integrate visuals alongside their images as they tell a story. And I can generate that script. And now the AI has generated that script. I need to draw those images into the script, and I need to figure out what I want as display and what I want as graphic and what I want as text. Here's that image that I want to bring in. I just drag it in, and there it is. And then I don't want these things to appear on the card. And there we have our image. And I just marry that text as speaker notes. It's done. I can now do some edits, upload to YouTube, or I could be in an online meeting and I can share the presentation that way.